Hey there. It's been quite a while, and I happened to have seen a video yesterday that kind of inspired me. And a friend of mine, Bill, and I dared each other to finally get off our ass and play something. I wrote it up on my blog, but I know a lot of people don't read blogs anymore, so I thought I would go over quickly what I did because I think a lot of people are like me and like the gentleman in the other video, which I will put in the notes. We think about playing and we just don't do it. So I actually sat down today because I made a bet with my friend Bill that we would play 2 sessions of solo play before we go back to work. We're both fortunate enough to be off until Thursday. And hopefully this would, by doing a little bet, we would kind of dare ourselves to actually do something. So what I did today is I originally thought I would start by using Shadow Dark, and I like Shadow Dark. I have no problem with the rules. I actually enjoy them quite a bit. I've run a lot of things. Obviously, this isn't my normal professional video setup, but I wanted to just quickly knock this out and get it out there so you get what you get. So anyhow, I made up 2 characters utilizing Shadow Dark, and I realized I don't like it for solo play because there's so many little fiddly bits. If you're a half-orc, you get this. If you're a fighter, you get this. Then you roll your talents and you get this. And it was just a lot of little things that I didn't care about. So I wanted something a little bit more simple. So I went back to my old fave, White Box. And I made up 2 characters in about 4.5 minutes. I've got Scorn, my human fighter here, and Hefna, who is my human mage. Yes, human's quite boring, I'm sure. Some people will say that. And then I utilized, and I always mess up his name, Kayak. Shit. I'll link it in the show notes. He's got a great channel where he goes over a lot of solo stuff, but he also has this great Substack page that he doesn't update very often, but he has a way to generate quick system neutral companions, and I did that the same way. He uses a usage die on them, which is kind of neat. I actually didn't get into that in the game, but I came up with a fighter quickly and a porter that would help carry my stuff. So basically what I did, I had written up this quick little session here, not session, it was a quick little base of operations basically. It's my 2 characters travel to a village on the edge of a frontier. Because of the prevalence of barrows and tombs nearby, the local lord has sent out a request for grave robbers to clear the lands west of the village. And what I decided to do was, I love Barrows, and I happen to have this great book, which I've hardly ever used, and it has some great, it has an entire section of little barrows here and there. It's got some great freaking art. Look at that shit. That's awesome. But it's got all these little tiny barrows that you can just toss into anything if you want. It's got a great map of a whole bunch of stuff. I didn't use any of that. I randomly determined which barrow we went into, and I just used that map. And that was really all I did. I used a quick way. I generated my companions. We went through the town very briefly. I skipped all that and went straight into the action. I recruited my 2 little companions to go on the trip with me, and then we entered the Barrows. I made a quick random table to determine if I encountered anybody. I added a little twist there because I think when you're playing solo, some of the unexpected things that you come across are what really makes it interesting. So I added that in there just in case. We did encounter another group of tomb robbers. They did not want to interact with us, and so they passed us. Then we ventured forward and we did encounter an actual tomb. Barrow. Oh, and there go my dogs. All right, so hopefully the dogs will behave now. There's Mickey right there. He says he's going to be quiet. He promises. Oh, your sweater's up, buddy. He's wearing a little sweater because it's cold. Anyway, we discovered a barrow, and this barrow had a boat in the middle of it, like a funerary boat with a guy, you know, with treasure around him. And there was this blue field. Hefna walked into the blue field, which disrupted it and activated the mimics that were disguised as chests and funeral pots that were scattered around the boat. Anyhow, the mimics came alive and attacked us. Now, I did decrease the encounter. It was supposed to be 6 mimics. All of them had close to or over 20 hit points, and that's a bit much for my small group. So I just decreased it, and we went through a quick combat. You can see I documented all the combat and everything, everybody that hit and everything. It went fairly easy, and I had a great time. I think I, all told, spent maybe 2 hours because I created characters in Shadowdark. Then I tossed them, and I recreated them in White Box. And then I went through the combat. We discovered some great treasure, lots of gold, which I will actually probably convert to silver because I actually started using silver pieces for these guys. Unfortunately, Chatham, who was our fighter in the group, he bit it. He's dead. So anyway, like I said, I played for about 2 hours, had a really good time, and basically I just wanted to document that, you know, with very little prep and just a desire to play, you can do it too. It's not hard. Just stop thinking about what system you want to use. Just pick a system you know, jump in, and skip over all that. Unless sandboxing and hex crawls are your thing and you really want to spend a lot of time figuring out the town and the townspeople and the hex next to the town. I didn't want to do any of that. I wanted to jump right into the action. So I just said there's a town with Barrows to the west of it. And I went and just started playing. So anyway, hope you guys are good. I know it's been a long time since I put a video up, but hopefully you enjoyed it. And maybe tomorrow I'll do another session because I have to do 2 before Thursday. All right. Thanks for watching. Bye, guys.